Hey, what's up YouTube? Chris at Rockford Ordnance. I am bringing you a shotgun today. We don't do much on shotguns. We're primarily an AK channel, although we branch out into all kinds of good stuff. But this one was too good to pass up. It was one of those shotguns you see in the shop and you pick it up and touch it and you go, I don't know if I have a use for it, but I sure need it. It is an AR patterned shotgun, and it's made by or imported by Rock Island Arsenal, and it's a VR-80. Comes in a little different format than you see it here because I've customized it. It comes with this stock here, which the buttstock and pistol grip are integral. So if you can kind of see that, it's considered a thumb hole stock. Because of this here. It does with this make it California compliant, and I'm sure it has something to do with import rules and regulations. This is a very comfortable stock. It's got a rubber butt pad. The grip is kind of standard AR. It works great. The length of pull is okay. The only thing I found that when you go to hit the safety with your thumb, you kind of cock your wrist in and it hits on here and it's a little hard. That's really the only drawback I saw to it, and it's non-adjustable. The good news is this rifle is very customizable. So it works off a standard buffer tube. However, it is a commercial tube. So I got a Mission First Tactical stock, the Minimalist, and it went right on. It's adjustable and works great. So that really, I think, made it look even better, and we put a Magwell grip on it. Go over some of the features with you here. It operates basically like an AR. There's a buffer, the whole 9 yards. All the controls, while they are not interchangeable with AR hardware, they are AR-like. So, for instance, your mag release, it's got a nice big pad there, so you can reach it real easy, and same position as an AR. You hit the button and the mag pops out. And they do drop right out. Comes with 2 5-round mags. They give you a whole bunch of other stuff in the box, and we'll go over that. Has an ambidextrous safety, both sides of course. And the one on the right side of the gun is a little bit shorter than the one on the left. And the reason being, once you're in firing position, if this was down, it would be rubbing on your finger. So they took a cue. I think there were a few other producers of similar shotguns, and that was one of the complaints, that it rubbed on your trigger finger. So they shortened it up. Unfortunately, if you're left-handed, it doesn't give you as much leverage, and it is a little harder to move. I'm righty, it really doesn't bother me much. The plate has a sling loop here at the back, and then up front you've got a sling loop mounted to the Picatinny rail that's up at the front here. Moving forward, the whole top of the receiver is Picatinny, and this is aluminum, guys. The entire upper and lower are aluminum, hard coat anodized, as is the handguard. They lighten it up a bit by stopping the pick rail here to here, and then it picks up again up here for your front sight, and you have it on both sides as well for the to add accessories, a flashlight or something. One drawback I found with this is there is no rail on the bottom. You've got M-locks on the side, but nothing on the bottom. So if you want to mount a vertical hand grip or something, don't know what I'm going to do there yet. And it's a very thin handrail, so the gas system is very close to the handguard. I don't know if I could drill or tap it or something, but that's something we're going to have to look at. Comes with these flip-up sights. They're pretty quality pieces. They feel they're polymer. They click into place real nice. I've shot it, and they seem nice. It's got, you can flip it for the wider aperture or the smaller aperture for more accurate fire. As far as how this gun cycles, you guys probably have seen my Vepr video, and the Vepr was kind of a lot of work to get it firing light loads. Let's face it, Veprs were made to be military and police firearms, and probably meant to fire, 00 buck, slugs, that type of thing, heavier loads. So when guys started using them for 3-gun, myself included, to get them to run birdshot and lighter stuff, you had to do a little work. There's a break-in period to them. You can smooth things up in them. There's some aftermarket parts and springs. Finally got mine running real good. It works great, but it was a ton of work and experimentation to get there. So I was a little leery about this because there was some reports, mixed reports, frankly, and even in the manual and on some of the videos from Rock Island, it talked about a break-in period. So I thought, well, God, here we go again. Should I risk it? But it was just too cool, and when you pick this gun up, it feels so much more solid than you would expect it to. You expect it to feel, maybe kind of plasticky, and it's not. It's very heavy, very solid, all metal. Just feels like a quality firearm. And I thought it was so cool, I thought, what the heck, we'll try it. If it doesn't work out that great, I'll sell it or whatever. So went to the range and started out, I shot some 00 buck, 5 rounds, cycled fine, and I expected that. We went to some slugs, 1 ounce, shot those. So guys, we're gonna see if we can get this thing on paper with some slugs, see how she does. Just got some, I think they're Federal 1 ounce, pretty light slugs here. We'll see what we can do. Thing definitely kicks like a mule. Holy moly! Might have to put the heavy gas ring in for the slugs. Not sure, but I think that's only meant for 3-inch shells. These are 2 3/4. Let's go see how we did. Not even sure if it's on paper. So guys, there we go. I was aiming at the middle dot there. Looks like we got 2 through, and the others look like wads or something. So it's a little low and a hair left. We'll make some adjustments and we should be good to go. They ran fine as expected. Gun was pretty much on target too, shooting a little bit high. Sights are easily adjustable. So we got it on target, and then it was time to switch over to some birdshot. So we've got some Express long range Remington here. It's high brass, and it's 2 3/4 inch, 1330 on the velocity, number 6 shot. Let's see how this goes out of the 5-rounder. Pretty good so far. So I had a bunch of ammo left over from the Vepr testing, and I believe it was Federal 7.5s. They were 1,290 feet per second. So they recommend on the Vepr 1,300 feet per second. And those I have working just fine in the Vepr. I figured, well, let's try them. So we loaded them up, and wouldn't you know, it rocked them all right through, no problem. We went to some lighter loads, that bulk Federal that they sell at Walmart, And alright guys, so this time we've got some Federal. It's their game load, 2 3/4 inch, 1 ounce a shot, 3 1/4 dram, 1290 on the velocity. So hopefully it runs this too. Again, same 5-round mag. No problems. And it ran those just fine. I had just a bunch of junk, some cheapy Winchester, whatever I put through this thing, it ran it perfectly. So I was impressed, to say the least. So it functioned flawlessly. As far as magazines go, I told you it came with these 2 5-rounders. They also make 9-round mags, and these mags are steel, polymer base plates, and polymer anti-rock or anti-tilt followers. They feed real nice, load real nice. They make 9-rounders as well, and then they make this monster 19 rounds. I've got it loaded up with 19 rounds of that Federal right now, and it locks in perfectly on a closed bolt. Well guys, we've got these 19 round mags here. These are made by Rock Island. I managed to get about 16 in there, I think. It's tough to load. I don't know if I gotta loosen these up a little bit. I didn't do anything beforehand, so let's see how they run. Ran them all flawlessly. Certainly a difference from our break-in on the Vepr, if you guys watch the video on that. Pretty satisfied. I think this thing is going to be a heck of a fun toy, maybe a 3-gun. We'll see how it progresses. Now, I've been watching a few other videos on this gun, and there's a couple people that are making some modifications to the spring retainer in here, and they're getting the 9-rounders to hold 10, and they're getting these to hold 20, and they'll close on or go in on a closed bolt. So I'm gonna mess around with changing that up, and I'll let you guys know how that works. The Magwell on this is flare to hair, but they go in so great. It's not like on the Vepr where they go in straight, but they just don't lock in as easy. This thing just is positive, nice, works great. And those mags work flawlessly too. When I first loaded this mag, I got about 14, 15 in there. I could not get another round in. I was pushing so hard that I was denting the plastic. They do recommend that you loosen these 3 screws. It's kind of like 2 mags put together, and actually when I took it apart, I got a feeling that this is one of their 9-rounders, and they put this extension on it. There's a lip on them, and the lip fits in a slot on each side here that holds them together. Now the bottom I thought might be a 5-rounder, but it's not. It's a little taller than that. But I would bet that I can take this apart, put the floor plate on it, shorten the spring, and have 10-rounders if I wanted to, but why ruin a 19-round mag? These run about 50 bucks. The 9-rounders run about $29, so not too bad on the mag price, and they work good. So, moving forward, we talked about this thing being customizable. Obviously, you could add accessories and optics and whatnot. But the nice thing with this is, we spoke about the controls being all AR-like, and they are. The mag release, the bolt release, and it's got a real nice paddle here. To release the bolt, you can just do a nice little palm slap, and boom, it's in, because it's so darn big. Safety's the same. Trigger even feels like an AR trigger. It just a pretty decent trigger, kind of like a stock AR. A little bit longer reset, but other than that, pretty much AR-like. So as far as customizable, well, the only control that's not AR-like is you don't have a charging handle up top. It's here on the side. By the way, listen to that, guys. Just super smooth. So to change this charging handle, just give it a tug, pull it out, flip it over to the other side. I got it upside down, hold on. It went in before like nothing, wouldn't you know it? Whenever you're doing a video, things don't want to go. Anyhow, you just pop it in there and give her a push like that, and it goes in. So now you can charge right side, or left side rather. And that's probably what I'll do. I'll leave it here after a reload. I don't have to reach under, kind of like an AK. I can just go here. Either way, works great. The gas system is really unique on this. It is adjustable. So it came with one gas piston in here, and that is for light loads. It comes with another gas piston. It's in a bag here, but this is for heavy loads, 3-inch and up. I may try this heavy one with SLUGS and BUCKSHOT and see how it does. I might even try it with birdshot, because this thing kicks like a mule with the SLUGS and the BUCKSHOT. It actually bruised my shoulder pretty damn good. I was shocked. I'm gonna try that out and see if it lessens it. They do make some brakes for this. Speaking of brakes and the barrel, it comes with this shroud, and the shroud is got a fluted cut to it here. Actually keeps the heat away from your hand pretty good up here if you wanted to grip that far up. It's held on by a ratcheting device. You simply unscrew it, pull it off, and it also comes with a barrel nut. So if you wanted to run it without that or with a brake, you could. There's also chokes that you can change out. That tube and or the barrel nut also holds on the handguard. The handguard can come off real easy, and that way you can clean your gas system. It's all accessible, and it simply slides back on, and then you either put this or the barrel nut back on and ratchet it down, and you're good to go. That simple. One thing I did notice, I bought some D-rings for sling, because you've got a QD mount in the back here, and it works fine in the back, no problem. But these other QD points here and here, they don't lock in. They're simply, I guess, for show. I guess it's too thin or something, but does not lock in, so those are kind of useless. And I don't think this M-lock can really be used either, because it looks so close to the gas system that the M-lock hardware on the other side, I think, would hit the gas system. I'm not sure, haven't tried it, but certainly looks that way. Anyhow, it does have pins to take it down, just like an AR does, flips open, although it won't flip open all the way without taking the handguard off. The hammer and trigger system almost look the same. They are not interchangeable though, guys. I doubt it very, very highly. There are some aftermarket parts out for it. There's some buffers and springs. There's brakes like we talked about. There's just a bunch of stuff out for it. So it's catching on, and just like the Vepers and the Segas, there's probably going to be a ton of stuff out there. This thing was a blast to shoot. Solid, like I said, feels really good. For some reason, I think I like it better than the Vepr. I love AKs and I love my Veprs. Maybe it's just that this wasn't the headache the Vepr was. Maybe I think it's just the solid feel of it, and it runs so good. It feels much smoother. Just a lot of nice pluses about it. One other thing I do like, bolt hold open on the mags. So that's nice, and it stays open when you pop the mag out, so reloading's easy. Not that it's not easy on a closed bolt as well. I told you it comes with changeable chokes, and it comes with this nice case with all the additional chokes in it. Has a choke wrench, comes with an improved cylinder, modified, and full choke. It patterned really nicely with the improved cylinder, believe it or not, at 25 yards. I was impressed. Came with, but like I said, a bunch of extras. This velvet suede like cloth to lay it out while you're cleaning it, put parts on, what have you. Even came with a plug for the magazines. It's a different locking plate for the base plate, so you can shorten it up and hunt with it. Be legal for federal laws that way for hunting. Came with a chamber flag and of course the obligatory lock. Got a pile of those somewhere. The 19 round mag we talked about. Just a nice shotgun. We are going to shoot the heck out of this thing and try all kinds of rounds through it and do everything we can. I'd like to shoot some clays and do some steel and sight this thing in for slugs. I think the optic for this is going to be that Holosun 510C. I really like that optic, and I think it'll work out great on here. So we're going to get one of those for this. Gives you a nice wide field of vision, and I like that you can change the reticle or the dot on it. So I think that's the direction we'll go. I don't think I'm going to make any other changes. Might change the grip for something a little thicker. This is that thin cheapy Magpul. Gonna go something a little thicker, maybe something with a bit of a base plate to be able to just hold the rifle up a little better. Speaking of that, this is about an 8-pound rifle or so. Fully loaded, it's 9 pounds. I said rifle, shotgun. Seems like a rifle, sure seems like an AR. So 8 pounds, not too bad, right? But when you get loaded up, especially with one of these bad boys, holy cow, that is a lot of weight. And it certainly anchors itself, that's for sure, with that mag hanging down below. Something about these 12 gauge automatics, whether it be the Vepr or this, just make me smile and giggle. When you're shooting these things, it's just awesome. I want to see how fast this thing can run. Maybe we do a little trigger work and just ba 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 ba. We'll see. We'll mess around with the trigger some. If you guys have any questions on this or want to see anything else, we're going to do a bunch of shooting and we'll get a bunch of footage for you. We'll have some footage in here, but we're going to do a whole bunch of fun stuff with this thing. So check us out. Hit that bell down there so you get some reminders. As always, like and subscribe and let us know what you think about this. Thanks again, guys. Rockford Ordnance out.